Before we start, quick question. How confident are you that your thoughts are actually your thoughts? Because most of what you believe, how you behave in groups, who you obey, what feels normal, and what feels wrong, was shaped by a handful of experiments you've probably never heard of. Not ancient history, not dystopian sci-fi, real studies, run by real scientists, on people who thought they were in control. And the results didn't stay in the lab. They quietly leaked into schools, workplaces, governments, marketing, and everyday life until they became invisible. So if you've ever wondered why humans act a little off, good. Because today we're digging up the forgotten experiments that rewired human behavior without asking permission. All right, let's get started. No dramatic intro, no warm-up. We're going straight into the psychological basement, where humanity keeps the experiments it doesn't like to talk about anymore. This countdown is about forgotten experiments, not the famous ones you half remember from school, but the ones that quietly changed how people behave, obey, panic, trust, give up, or fall in line. Some were unethical, some were accidental, some started as just a test and ended up rewriting the rulebook for human behavior. And the weird part, you're still living with the side effects. Let's count them down. Number 8, the obedience switch. You probably think you're not the type to blindly follow orders. You question things. You're skeptical. You totally push back if someone crossed a line. Sure. In the 1960s, psychologist Stanley Milgram asked ordinary people to deliver electric shocks to a stranger whenever they got an answer wrong. The shocks increased, the screams got worse, the begging got very real, and most people kept going. Not because they were cruel, but because a calm guy in a lab coat said, "Please continue." No threats, no yelling, just authority with a clipboard. Your brain has a built-in shortcut where responsibility gets handed off the moment someone sounds official. It's like your moral compass sees authority and goes, "Great, you're in charge now, I'll be over here." Milgram didn't prove people are evil. He proved how easy it is to pause your conscience, which explains a shocking amount of history, and more than a few workplace disasters. Basically, your ethics have an off switch, and it's labeled authority. Number 7, learned helplessness. Imagine failing at something over and over. You try, you fail, you try again, you fail again. Eventually, you stop trying, not because you can't succeed, but because your brain decides effort is pointless. That's learned helplessness. In early experiments, animals were placed in situations where nothing they did mattered. Later, when escape was possible, they didn't even attempt it. They had learned the worst lesson imaginable. Nothing you do changes anything. Humans do this constantly. Bad grades, toxic jobs, repeated rejection. Your brain doesn't say, "Let's try again." It says, "Why bother?" This experiment reshaped therapy, education, and how we understand depression. And it explains why sometimes your motivation doesn't feel low. It feels offline. Your brain didn't lose hope. It just stopped wasting energy. Number 6, the Stanford Prison Spiral. Here's a fun thought experiment. You're given a uniform, a title, and a little authority. Congratulations, you are now worse. In the Stanford prison experiment, normal college students were randomly assigned to be guards or prisoners in a fake jail. Within days, guards became cruel. Prisoners became submissive. Reality started slipping. No one was told to act this way. Your brain simply asks, what does someone in this role do? Once identity locks in, behavior follows automatically. This experiment permanently changed how we understand power, authority, and institutional abuse. Because it turns out, power doesn't corrupt, it activates. Your brain loves a role and commits way too hard. Number 5, the bystander freeze. Picture a crowded street. Something bad happens. People notice, everyone waits, and no one moves. Psychologists discovered that the more people present, the less likely anyone is to help. Not because they don't care, but because responsibility dissolves in groups. Your brain assumes someone else will step in. Everyone thinks this, so nothing happens. Internally, your brain is running a script that says, if this were serious, someone would act. Since no one is acting, it must not be serious. And just like that, you become a background character. This research changed emergency training forever. That's why first responders now point and say, "You call 911," because your brain won't volunteer. It needs to be drafted. Number 4, the placebo takeover. You take a pill. It does nothing, but you feel better anyway. Placebo experiments revealed something deeply uncomfortable. Belief alone can trigger real biological changes: pain relief, hormone release, symptom reduction. In some cases, even fake surgeries produced improvement. Your brain doesn't care if something is real, it cares what it expects. This quietly transformed medicine, marketing, and wellness culture, which means half of modern life works not because it's effective, but because your brain agreed to play along. Your mind is basically a chemistry lab powered by vibes. Number 3, the social contagion effect. Emotions spread faster than logic, and that's not poetic. It's neurological. Early psychology experiments showed that moods, beliefs, and behaviors ripple through groups automatically. Fear spreads, confidence spreads, panic spreads especially fast. Your mirror neurons copy emotional states before you even notice. That's why one anxious person can infect a room, why outrage goes viral, why calm leaders feel magnetic. This research changed how media, advertising, and politics work. Because manipulating emotion is easier than changing minds. Your brain doesn't ask, "Is this true?" It asks, "Is everyone else feeling this?" Number 2, the memory rewrite. You remember things that never happened, and you're absolutely convinced they did. Psychologists discovered that memory isn't a recording, it's a reconstruction. Every time you recall something, your brain edits it slightly, adds details, removes others, fills gaps with assumptions. Experiments proved people could be convinced they experienced events that never occurred. This reshaped the legal system and destroyed the idea of perfect eyewitness testimony. Your memory isn't lying, it's improvising. Number 1, the normalization trap. This is the quietest experiment of all. Slow change. Psychologists found that when things shift gradually, humans adapt, even to things they once found disturbing or unacceptable. Small steps, repeated exposure, no alarms. Your brain constantly updates what feels normal. That's how extreme work hours feel standard, why strange technologies stop feeling strange, why red flags fade into background noise. Nothing feels shocking if it arrives politely. This experiment never ended. You're still in it. Your brain didn't agree to this. It just adjusted. Humans weren't broken by these experiments. They were exposed. Your brain is efficient, adaptable, and occasionally horrifying. That's all for today. I'll be making more videos like this, so subscribe if you don't want to miss them.